Welcome to the Determined Mom Show, the only marketing podcast dedicated to guiding mom CEOs into tranquility, wealth, and multiplying those precious moments.
Hello and welcome to episode 257 of the Determined Mom Show. I am your host, Amanda Tento, and I would like to say hello. It's been a really long time since I recorded an episode, and I apologize. It's just been a very trying fall, and with fall comes a lot of trauma for me and a lot of healing and all of the things. What I want to talk to you about today is basically how it is to deal with trauma, recovering from near death, and trying to run a business. It's been a super duper challenge, and it started all the way back in December. And you can listen to episode number 243 if you'd like to hear about that. That aired in June of 2023. I'm not going to go ahead and rehash it. What has transpired in the last year has been a huge loss of clients just basically due to my illness and the fact that I had to take so long to recover. And I didn't come home from the hospital until February. And then I really wasn't even able to walk or do anything basic until I would say March. And then I still couldn't even bathe myself, get a shower by myself until I think June, because I had the bandage on my thumb still. Fast forward, basically July is when I was able to fully start taking care of myself again, which is a crazy experience if you're an adult and you're healthy normally. To go from being a healthy, normal adult to relying on other people to take care of you is an extremely humbling and very traumatic experience. But I'm so happy that I have my husband who was here to support me every step of the way. He was my nurse. He was my cheerleader. He was my spiritual guide. He just did everything. And I'm really thankful for him and thankful for his guidance. Obviously, I'm thankful for everyone that prayed for me. And I know 100% that's the only reason that I'm still here, because I only had a 2 to 4% chance of still being alive. Prayer is the only thing that made it happen. The other thing that is really striking to me is that I'm now about a year out from all of the medical incidences. However, obviously you can hear my voice is still recovering. I'm not quite 100% with that, but I just started running this week. So if you set your mind to something, anything, you can do it. And if there's anything in your life that you've been putting off, I encourage you to just do it. If you've been putting off exercise, just do it. You literally have such a blessing that you're able to actually get up, take a walk physically. Physical health is something that I will never, ever take for granted again. Being able to brush my own teeth or brush my own hair or shower. Things that you take for granted every day. Those things are so important, not only to your physical health, but also to your mental health as well. Anything that you've been putting off, anything that you've been saying, oh, I'll just start it tomorrow or the next day, whether it's in business, whether it's calling a family member, calling a friend. There is no time but the present. Every single moment, make sure that you're making the most of that moment. I recently had a revelation with my husband talking about just everyday things, and I've been struggling a lot with kind of reconciling how I wanted my life to be before the medical incident and how I wanted my life to be afterwards. Because as soon as I woke up, I knew that I wanted things to be different than they had been. It was like this just extremely clear revelation that no, I don't want to work all the time. No, I don't want to spend so much time away from my kids. No, I don't want to. There's just so many things that I didn't want to be the same. And I was just determined not to let that happen. But then, of course, things started backsliding, and it's easy to get back to the where you were if you're not intentionally thinking about it all the time. And I was more intentionally thinking about recovery and getting better physically than I was focused on the business and how things could be, should be, that kind of thing. So with that said, I definitely 100% know that I was having some trouble reconciling those two. And the conversation that I had with my husband, he brought up this one phrase and it totally changed my thinking. And I'm going to share that phrase with you. And I want you to apply this just for a day to everything that you do and see how it changes your life or how it changes your day, even, or your kids, or whatever. That phrase is, what can I do in this situation to make a difference? And completely changed everything that I do. From walking down the hallway and picking up dirty laundry, what can I do to make a difference in walking down the hallway? I can pick up the dirty laundry, take it downstairs to the washer, so that way we don't have dirty laundry in the hallway. What can I do to make a difference in the morning routine? What can I do to make a difference in my kids' life? What can I do? I mean, in every single moment, there is an opportunity to make a difference. And that one perspective and that one idea has totally and completely shifted my thinking. And I hope that you will also find that to be true. It has been a very challenging year, but I'm so glad that I made it to the first year of recovery. And I do thank you all for your support. I've gotten so many emails, so many messages, and so much support throughout the year from all of you. And I really am blessed to have such amazing listeners, friends, family, and just everyone. It's been really a true blessing to see who is there. And that's another thing that came out of it. I was in a support group for sepsis survivors, which that's another thing that I had. But in that support group, they asked, okay, what is one of the biggest things that you learned from your sepsis survival? For me, it was really like a hurricane came through my life and knocked down all of the trees that were unstable, and knocked down all of the trees that were just hanging on. And the only ones that stayed were the things that were really important. And knowing that and seeing how that can really make things clear as to what's important and what's not was absolutely critical to my recovery. Knowing the people that were going to be there, knowing the people that I could trust, knowing who I couldn't trust, knowing who wasn't there, all of those things made a huge difference in my recovery and also in, how I see life and how I deal with life going forward. So it's a very telling thing to go through, and I don't wish that upon any of you, but it really helped me to figure things out. What I'm looking forward to in 2024 is definitely health-wise, getting back onto my fitness. I used to be a personal trainer, if you can believe that. You wouldn't know it from looking at me right now because I am very out of shape, but I'm looking forward to getting back to that fitness level because there's so many health issues inherently, I guess you could say. There's so many health issues inherited from both sides of my family that I need to give myself the biggest leg up so that way I can be here for my children as long as possible. If you're also dealing with that same issue, definitely think about it as treating yourself, treating your family the way that you need to be treated. And you deserve to be as healthy as you possibly can. As far as dealing with the trauma of what I went through, there's a lot of it and there's so much to unpack. So I'm going to refer you to my other podcast, which is Healing Medical Trauma. And in that podcast, I share a lot of those things and go into more detail with those things. But I'm not going to go into that here because we are a business podcast primarily. So that's what we're going to focus on over here. Please, if you have any questions or if you're going through anything, please reach out because I know that me having someone to talk to about what I was going through would have been really helpful in the last year. Someone that's gone through something similar, that would have been very helpful. So if you're having any challenges with health, business, anything like that, please reach out. And you're going to see a lot more videos and things like that coming from TDM Marketing and also Mary Jane Marketing, which is the new offshoot of TDM Marketing that specifically caters to cannabis businesses. I am also starting a new, and this is going to be a bummer for a lot of you because it's really only for cannabis businesses or ancillary cannabis businesses. But I'm starting a new business networking group in January. I'm excited to launch that and to meet new cannabis business owners and ancillary cannabis businesses so that way we can network together. I know a lot of you used to be a part of 337 networking, which was my previous networking that I had to stop when I got pregnant last year. But if I can figure it out and have enough time and get things the way that I want them, then I will be starting another networking group. But for now, we're just going to stick with the cannabis networking group. If you have any questions, please, again, reach out, Amanda@thedeterminedmom.com. I hope you all have an amazing, fantastic New Year's Eve. Celebrate every family member that you're with, every friend that you're with. Give them a hug, give them a kiss. Let them know how much they mean to you. And go into the new year with a fresh set of eyes, with fresh gratitude. And just know that this year is going to be your year. Have a great week.
Let's face it, piecing together a marketing plan with the things you hear, watch, or read online, while tempting, is never a good idea. The truth is, people don't search on social media for your services, and even if they do, they will still be going to Google to check your ratings. By not having a cohesive, proven marketing system, you are leaking clients and customers through giant holes in your customer acquisition bucket. But let's talk about what else isn't working. Posting tirelessly on social media, tracking followers as a business metric for success, paying for ineffective marketing, buying glossy ads in coupon magazines, spending time replying to comments, paying others to manage your social media with no actual sales coming in. So what is going to work? Having a proven marketing system in place will plug every hole in your bucket and allow you to begin to fill up with new customers and to also retain and nurture your current ones. Go to tdm-marketing/6-marketing-musts and download our free guide to 6 marketing musts guaranteed to get you more customers.